Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Capricorn. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, protecting me and keeping me safe. I thank you, Capricorn, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. Capricorn. Ooh, the deck splits. The Six of Wands, and then it splits again. The Two of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I'm not surprised I see this. It's a lot of holding back going on. But we want to heal, and we got some manipulation and manifestation. Someone wanting to take control. Alright, there's a lot of cards here. Coming off of that mental, you want to talk, somebody wants to talk, somebody wants to take control, somebody wants to have control over higher authorities, or wanting to manipulate the justice system, or just wanting to have that control and not trusting in having the abundance, not feeling safe, not feeling secure. There's a sense of insecurity that's just growing. And that manifestation for taking control and trying to manipulate, it's trying to manipulate a way of thinking or processes, trying to manipulate things to go in the way that they want it to. So could be the person most on your mind, but it's whomever is feeling that there's insecurity, because it's all behind this, but that needs to be healed. And I think that the manifestation is to have that healing come. So it could just be misconstrued, misinterpreted, the way that it's being done. Then we have the Two of Wands, so plans are being changed, and the Six of Wands with the Four of Wands. So we have a ending up of a cycle here, ending up of a burden, having a commitment that is being burdensome, feeling that commitment is a burden, and that too wanting to heal, wanting to go off, needing to take time away from a commitment. So it seems that you are dealing with someone who is either not ready to commit, or they are manipulating the process of having a stable home. They're wanting to have one, or they're giving you the impression that they do, but there's a lot of insecurity behind that desire to have a stable home with you. Capricorn. It's not like, and then the deck splits. So here we have the courage to separate, the courage to divorce, the courage to speak, the courage to stand on your own, the courage to be patient, the courage to face that truth of it's not working, or their insecurities is overpowering, it's overwhelming the commitment. Capricorn, coming out strong here with some heavy karma. You're dealing with a twin flame, so it's not like you can just walk away from this one. You're going to have to work your way away if you really want to leave. The deck is splitting again with the Sun, the Truth, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Justice card, which is really saying that there is forgiveness here. There is a new beginning. Oh boy. The Knight coming in with the Eight of Cups, wanting to leave. Or wanting to come back because of their confused state. They're not feeling like they belong anywhere. They're confused. They want to have that commitment. See the 7, the 8, the 9. They want to celebrate, but then this is a karmic thing happening here. They're really needing to be treated with a lot of tenderness. Whoever you're dealing with is having a hard time coming to terms with a stable commitment. They are afraid. They are afraid. It is something that they don't know or that they don't trust. And that truth needs to be spoken. 5 of Swords here. Overthinking about having that equal give and take. It's like they're really struggling with that. Then we have the Queen of Swords on the other side with the Strength card again, with the Hierophant and the Devil. So having that control over property, having that control over the possibility, the Hierophant, that understanding, that higher knowledge, the Magistrate even. Some of us are looking for divorce. Some of us are looking for separation. Some of us are really trying to be patient with the person most on your mind concerning a commitment. You've had quite a few ups and downs with them. They're neither here nor there. They want to. As soon as they say yes, I want to, they back off. Or they look to sabotage. They create confusion. Because it is a self-defense mode that they go into because they're afraid. They feel trapped. They feel like their freedom is being taken from them. Capricorn. It is your patience. It is your groundedness. It is your demeanor of being gentle, caring, nurturing, that will foster them to come to terms and face that demon. Let's see where person most on your mind. I'm using the Witch's Tarot. Sorry, I keep finding little crumbs. Every time I use this deck, I get crumbs. And first card out is the situation. The second card is how you're dealing with it. We're right up to the edge here. Okay, so that works. Then we have the fourth card is Spirit's advice. The fifth card is how you take that advice. The sixth card is how they take the advice. The seventh card is how the potential outcome to this reading, if of course you follow with Spirit. If you don't, then this could change completely. And the last card is how the person most on your mind is dealing with what would be the outcome concerning following Spirit's advice. And I'm using the Lover's Oracle for thoughts of the person most on your mind, which could help us to figure out a little more how to work with. And we see here starting off with the 10 of Cups. So we have the ending of a cycle. So you've gone through a cycle where it's over, it's finished. I want to start anew, or you want to start over, or they do. The idea of a fresh new start, having the faith, having that faith in the commitment, having that faith in happiness is, it seems to be a manipulation going on here. Wanting to control ideas, wanting to manifest a new idea of a new start. But you see, it's like, again, we're dealing with someone who is either from your childhood or being childish, because they're trying to manipulate love to suit them. They want that passionate beginning. They want to start something new. They want the happiness, but it's come to an end here because we're at the end. The patience in having the courage to look back and face that childhood and really take control of the idea, what it is that they want. Have control. Take control of their passion. Control their passion. Have the faith in happiness. It's what we're hoping for here. This is quite a task, eh? If you're dealing with an air sign, or you are taking on the energy of this Queen of Swords, it's being very patient and having that nurturing sense of love, looking for it, or at least treating them with it. Because either they're being childish, like waving their wand that without any real meaning behind it. They're too small minded in the sense where they don't know what they're wishing for. They're going through the motions without knowing. Again, it's very young. This magician is really the maturity, the emotional maturity level is quite low here. Whereas the Queen of Swords is where the maturity is, and she's holding back because she knows that they're being immature with the wand, or they're not ready. They're just not ready. They have no control, or they want to have control over something they can't control. Again, it's higher understanding on your part, because you have what's backing you up is the Strength card and the Emperor. And then we have the Devil coming between the Emperor, sorry, not the Emperor, the Hierophant. And the Devil coming between the Hierophant and that possibility of having a stable home life, or having an offer come. Either way, it's a question of stability, it's prosperity, it's the seed that's planted. But here we're blocking it, or the next person is manifesting in a way that they're blocking it from themselves, because they're not able to, they don't understand the power in their hand. They're too young. It's between the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands. So the magician is very much immature. Very immature. So they're not, their power is erratic. It's erratic here. Their manifestations is creating a blockage rather than opening up the doors. Here we have the Queen of Wands. So we're looking at another woman, or we're looking at the powers of where the strength, that devotion to what I want is being confused here. Or they're dealing with a third party. They're confused, or they're just feeling like there's other options that they're dealing with. They want that forgiveness. Again, this turns into the Eight of Cups, turning into the Nine with the Knight, following their heart, following their dream, and then everything gets confused. You see, that's what happens when you wield magic and you don't understand what you're doing. You create confusion instead of a spell that will go in your favor. It creates blockage and confusion, and then you don't get what you want. And here we have this. I don't want to, it's not that I don't want, it's not coming. It's not coming. What message this is supposed to bring to me? It's just giving me a sense of I want to do things on my own. I don't want to share. I want everything for myself. It's a very selfish attitude. It's a very selfish attitude. Again, creating that confusion. Just, sitting alone, blocking something that could be a good thing. Here we have the devil blocking again, but she's not blocking it. It's just her attitude is it's just about me. It's all about me. And I am in control. I am controlling everything. Is the message I'm getting here. It's very egotistical. It's very egotistical. It's that selfish side of wanting to have everything, but not able to share with anyone. It's a vindictiveness. Confusing what would be a relationship that could start. You see, confusing a relationship, a commitment, confusing it. See, this is where it says a third party, but it could just be the energy of the person that's most on your mind. I mean, if you're dealing with a Leo, or if you have Leo in your chart, or if it is the person is just taking on that energy, somebody is blocking. Somebody is really creating a real muck of a relationship here. Confusing what would be a commitment, what would be a beginning, a new beginning of a commitment. We have the sabotage. We have, again, it is karmic. It is unavoidable. It is overthinking. If you're dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they're afraid. They're afraid to come forward, and they're hiding behind that vindictiveness, that arrogance, that confusion. It's really annoying because I can feel it. Confusing things, putting things out of balance and saying, well, it's not my fault. No, it is. You're manipulating the situation and then throwing things out of balance. And this is justice being served. This is something you can't get away from, Capricorn. This is someone who you have to deal with. They are afraid. They're confused. They're confusing the situation, and they're really trying their best to bring things back into the balance. But then when they get to the point of bringing it into the balance, they go and confuse it again because they're scared. You see? They're scared of that commitment. That's why it's broken here. And we follow in with the Five of Swords, which is, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about how I'm trapped in this commitment, or I will be. I'm not comfortable. I don't understand. I don't want. This is not what I'm looking for. I want to be independent. I want to be on my own. I want to live alone. You see? I want to have everything my way. Having that control, or trying to have that control. So it just turns into more confusion. It's anxiety. It's a sad state of affairs. And then the deck splits on the Death card. So cycle, spiraling up, spiraling down more than anything, because it's not looking good from the beginning. I'm sorry to say, but the confusion just keeps building up and building up and building up till there's an ending. And here we are with the Nine of Pentacles, reaching for that independence, being alone, being able to have everything, reaping the benefits. Going alone. Going your separate ways even. Being independent. It's the Nine of Pentacles. It's that celebration of I've done all the work. Just give me a second. Sorry about that. I just had to get a sip of water. So the situation between you is just that. It's I've done all the work. Now I'm reaping the benefits. The clarity, the happiness, Capricorn, you are in your splendor. You've done everything that you need to do. You did your part. You want the truth. You're being honest. You're shining. You're glowing. You know what you want. And the Emperor wants to be a part of this. The Emperor is looking to control things, but feeling in control. Again, could be a tug of war between you and the next person. But they are in control, at least they think they are. They place themselves at that pedestal of I'm in control. I want to be a father. I want to have the family. And yet there is confusion. You're happy. You're happy because you've done all the work. You've put your efforts in. You're reaping benefits now. Spirit's advice is, oh boy, time to move on. You're looking for the truth too. Spirit is saying you can do no more here. There's no more for you to do. You've done everything that you can. You're at the end. It's time to go now. You've put yourself in a situation where you're moving fast. You're hightailing it. You're following Spirit's advice. You're turning back and you're running, or you gotta go. You have your ideas. You're in your splendor. You're happiest working things out. You have ideas that you want to put into motion. It's time for you to move on. They got their plans too. Look at that. But you're back to back. You're separating. You're moving on. One going one way, the other one going another. Spirit is saying you have to move on. The 10 Pentacles for them is, I got my ideas, I'm moving on, I want to build this, I have a plan, I'm in control, I'm doing my own thing. You have ideas, you want to go in a whole other direction. Spirit is saying time to move on. Your happiness is yours. It can only come from within. There must be conversation though. There's a healing there. Mental healing. If you're not thinking, if you're not talking, you're thinking. Holding back, you're seeing a different perspective. So it could just be that you want to see a different. See, there's that patience, that, again, holding back, that passion, that having a higher understanding, being in control of the property, the money, taking that control, being independent, going on your own, having your own, having the doors open up before you. Again, on your side, you are in control, or you want to be in control of your own life. You're not taking on the immaturity. You see, you're remembering, you're waiting for the truth, you're waiting for that true love, that memory of love, manifesting, having new ideas, being ready to step off into your faith and find your own happiness. For some, it really depends on how you view the situation between you and the person most on your mind. Because some of you are just walking away, some of you are waiting patiently, wanting to heal. Again, there's that sense of healing. There's that sense of patience, waiting, seeing that there is a difference and that there is control. There is that understanding of release, having control over property, money, being on that independence level where you are in control. Again, the sun, come August, you'll see a change. There is still that confusion, but it is opportunities. Opportunities are endless. You have many opportunities. It's a difficult commitment to make. In fact, they're scared. They are afraid. Somebody is afraid. If it's not you, it's them. And again, we're coming back to it cannot be avoided. Spirit is saying it's time to move on. You've had many opportunities. Deck splits on the moon. Deck splits on death cards. So again, change needs to happen. You are going to see the light. You're going to understand a little clearer. They have to work out. They have to pay recognition. Again, 4 of Pentacles. So holding back. 4 swords. It's difficult for them. Having to accept. The three of Pentacles is recognition for work that has been done. If they are going to become mature, they have to recognize. They have to recognize. They have to recognize that you are done what you have done and that you are quite capable, because this is a work that has taken quite a while to accomplish. When we see the 3 of Pentacles, it is being recognized for work that was done in the past. And this is probably where they're going to see and understand. And then, of course, you go your separate ways, or you find a way to come back, because if they are becoming more mature, they are growing, they are changing, they are really having a handle on understanding where confusion does not fit in this relationship, then it is a question of the moon. Look to the new moon, the full moon, and see if there is change between you and the person most on your mind with their attitude. Let's take a look at their thoughts, because it goes from one extreme to the next. Ready to leave, sabotaging relationship stability, and then wanting to be in a parenting situation, having the plan to keep going. And then, of course, the advice is to move on. Look for higher knowledge. Look for higher understanding. Heal. This is therapy here. Heal. Mental capacities need to be re-examined. Conversation in itself. Recognizing your value. You being patient with them. That Queen of Swords. Like I said in the beginning, you have to deal with them on a very tender and gentle level. They have that sensitivity where they are afraid of commitment, but they want to be in one. See if that fits your situation. Then it's a work in progress. You have to take your time, but you must go away to come back. They have to know you're not there in order to say, okay, I really want to be with you. What is the thoughts of the person most on your mind? Capricorn. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see, we'll take some random cards. You are too nice. I don't deserve your kindness. Again, that is because you are truth. You are truthful. You're loving. You're caring. You're nurturing. You're very patient with them. You're so different from everyone around me. They know that you are valuable. They know that you are worthy. Why can't I tell you the truth? You see, that's where the devil comes in. They want things their own way. They want to control. They manipulate. But they're really trying. They're going to recognize you. Take one more. I cry at night. It's because they know how much you are worth to them. I wish to be like you. Oh my Capricorn. You have a dilemma before you. Your patience is your virtue. Your honesty is your saving grace. And in the end, Spirit is guiding you. You're not going to just abandon them, but you have to take care of you, and happiness is to be had. New beginning, new ideas. Help them. You need to take control of this. Help them. Help them to find their way. Help them to see their way. Of course, you don't have to preach to them, but they are very absorbed into you. And you will help them because you are there for that, Capricorn. You have the patience for it. And you're honest. You're honest in your dealings with them. And you will speak the truth that will clear things up. You need to tell them how it is, what it is that they are doing, and they will come around. I thank you again for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.